Good morning. I got the windows slightly down. We're in the Lexus IS500. Got a V8 in front of the car powering this whole beast. And let's see what it sounds like. We're in Sport Plus mode. So it's quick. Shocker. The IS500 finally giving the IS lineup the life that it deserves. Interestingly enough, although it sounds pretty good from the front when you have the hood up, you guys can hear it in this clip. From the back, it sounds a little bit muted, and from the interior, it's kind of quiet. So it's keeping that Lexus sort of, quiet ride, luxury sort of ride. The shift seemed to be a little bit slow right off the bat. But the interesting part is that the noise almost seems like it's being piped in. Now, I wouldn't take Lexus for doing sort of the VW and BMW sort of trickery with the noise, but it sounded very artificial. That V8 noise sounded like it had some sort of sound actor sort of system behind it.
The last note I have about the sound has to do with the IS Sport sound generator, which is under the hood. It's essentially an offshoot from the intake piping that sends sound into the cabin by pushing it towards the firewall. So as you accelerate harder and harder, the intake noise gets louder and louder.
So I'm gonna give it another pull. I'm gonna flick it over here into manual and see how the paddles do. In terms of the interior, this is basically identical to the IS350F Sport, which I drove 1 year and 1 day ago. I have a review of that on the channel. But the seats are the same. Here we have the black leather versus the red leather I had in the other car. The steering wheel is exactly the same. The gauges still slide over, same design. We have the same clock design, same center console, everything. This is essentially the same car. The only large difference is, of course, the V8, and in terms of views aesthetically, from sitting here in the cabin, you get this large hump on the center of the hood to fit that larger V8 that they have. So we're now in manual. We're in first gear. I'm gonna be shifting with the paddles here, so we're gonna take a right turn, see if it'll give us a little bit of slip. There's a little bit, yep. So hopefully you guys can hear that. It sounds very whiny. And so instead of that like sort of Mustang 5.0 sort of V8 grumble, you're getting this almost Hellcat sort of sound. And the shifts are quick, but it sounds like that engine is very far away from us. So right now I'm at 4,000 RPM, and I'll give it a little kick down. So 5,000 RPM. There's 7,000. I mean, the thing throws you back in your seat, and the seat's so comfortable. So I'm excited to play around with this car. I just want to make a quick sort of first reaction video for you guys. Actually, I have to get back to work, so I'm just taking it down the street. But if you have questions, anything in particular you want to see, hear, or learn about with the 2022 Lexus IS500, leave a comment down below. I'm going to be making a lot of shorts, so make sure to subscribe for that. We'll make sure to get a lot of sound clips, and I'll talk to you guys about, the miles per gallon that this car is getting, how it handles, what it's like in traffic, how the transmission is, the heated steering wheel, heated seats, air conditioned seats, all that stuff. We'll get into it in a further review, but for now, this is my first impressions. I'll leave you with one last pull, and I hope you subscribe.